I think you bring up a great point that speech and debate isn't directly related to pre-med or being a STEM major in any way, shape, or form that seems very explicit to colleges. But again, like you mentioned, it definitely helps put together a profile that makes you seem very much more well-rounded, especially with something like speech and debate. Public speaking has been something that I've always been a fan of. And I feel like if any student knows that they like giving presentations or they like public speaking, I think this is a great avenue for you to show why you're a strong candidate to many colleges as a high schooler. Specifically, I started off obviously as a general member in my freshman year of high school. Then I went on to become a captain of a couple of different speech events. Then I became the head of the speech department. And then I ran for an election with my friend, and we both became co-presidents of the club together. And it wasn't just a passive duty. We had to run many different speech and debate summer camps that were open from quite literally just elementary school students all the way up to 17-year-olds over the summers. And we helped raise well over $25,000 over the course of 3 summers of running the speech and debate program. And we also had to participate in tournaments for ourselves. So this wasn't something that we would do necessarily for the club's organization or structure or funding, but just for our own practice and for our own successes in the field of speech and debate. And I definitely feel that this was one of my strongest activities that I tried to emphasize the most when I was applying to college.
So, you mentioned that you ran a speech and debate program. What kind of program was this? You said all the way from elementary school. Can you give a little bit of more details? Probably if somebody was interested in speech and debate, they could use an idea like this to create a club at their own school. So, if you can just elaborate this a little more, that would be perfect.
Absolutely. So my friend and I, who were co-presidents together, and even before we were co-presidents, but still had a leadership position in my high school speech and debate club, would help organize and run yearly summer camps that would run from approximately mid-June to the start of August for both debate events and for speech events as well. And the main reason for this is truly because traveling to tournaments is expensive, and that's not something that my high school would be able to cover on their own. So this was something that we used to help pay our staff members who would help coach us in speech and debate, but also pay for some plane tickets for tournaments that might have been out of state, or even if they were in the state of California, we might still have to fly if they were in a place like LA because we're in Northern California. And so definitely it was a great way to keep our club afloat, but it was also an amazing opportunity to learn better organizational skills and gain leadership experiences that we could then talk about when applying to college